Hi, my name is Annamieka, and this is the Art Friends Show, where every conversation focuses on getting to know the essence of creativity itself. I'd love to invite you as well to join me inside of Art Friends School, where we go deeper into these topics and join in with other art friends around the world. Thanks so much for joining us, and let's get to the show. Welcome to the Art Friends Show. Here's an artist you're gonna love to know. Her name is Becky Dawson. We are interviewing her. This is the Art Friends Show. It's day 43 out of 100 days going live, creating this new thing where we make friends with our creativity and each other. My name is Annamieka. I'm an artist and I do mentoring for other visual artists here in Portland, Oregon. This show is kind of sponsored by my mentoring program, and I'm doing it to bring these conversations out into the public where we can all, assist and uplift each other with our stories. So I'm so excited for you to meet Becky. She is the coolest. She has a whole powerhouse of work, of a shop to share with you, and I'm going to go ahead and invite her into the conversation right now. Becky, I can see that you're here watching, so just a moment. There you are. Hi, Becky.
What's up? How's it going?
Hello. Welcome to the Art Friends Show.
Happy to be here.
Yay. So, Becky, can you tell everyone who may be just meeting you for the first time your full name, the name of your art brand, and where you're located?
Yeah. Hi, my name's Becky Dawson. My art brand is called One Lane Road. And I'm an artist, illustrator, product designer, painter, small business shop owner, and I'm located just outside of Portland, Oregon, about 20-30 minutes in a town called Oregon City.
Amazing. We're neighbors. We're just down the road. So I really want people to be able to see your work, and you have a lot of it. Do you want to tell us quickly how you decided to name your business One Lane Road, and then kind of just show us the goods?
Sure, yeah. So my business started almost 12 years ago out of my home, and I had recently moved out to the country, and we lived on a one-lane road. So when I had the idea to start, this all started with an Etsy shop, screen printing t-shirts in my spare bedroom. And I was super inspired by kind of that mini homesteader life with chickens and vegetables and all of that. And so I thought at the time, I was like, oh, One Lane Road would be perfect for what I was inspired by at the time. And I also felt like that was a name that I could grow with and do lots of things with. And because now my new brick and mortar gift shop gallery that I recently opened, it's in an industrial area, but it's also on a one-lane road. So it worked out.
That really worked out. So let's see your work and let's hear about your shop. There's so much to share. It's awesome.
Well, okay, what should I show you first? I mean, you can see some things behind me. I should first say all the things that I make and do. So the biggest part of my business is my product line, One Lane Road, which I wholesale, which is the biggest part of everything, is wholesaling it with like other small independent shops all around the world. And so I make greeting cards and art prints and stickers and tea towels and tote bags.
Yeah.
Those are the biggest selling products. But I recently started doing ceramics. Which are kind of filling in the gaps at my new gallery gift shop. I've kind of stopped putting limits on what I should be doing. A lot of us as artists, I get this a lot. People are like, oh, they say you should just do one thing and that's it. And I do believe that to a certain point, like getting really good at one thing is important before you move on to the next. Mm-hmm. But I've been doing like illustration and drawing and for so long that I feel like I'm at a point where I can take what I've honed in with that and do a lot of other things, such as ceramics.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and your ceramics are so, I think,
Thanks. Well,
I remember, yeah, I want to see, and I'll tell a little story while you go grab them, because Becky, you had this opening for your shop. Yeah, and to have
this is like
these
little
handmade,
planter.
look, I have my client Tammy here, our fellow artist, and she's wanting to see as well.
So
Yes.
So
They're awesome.
another cool thing about kind of being product minded with my art is I have the opportunity to work with a lot of other small businesses and artists locally. So I teamed up with a ceramic studio in Boring, Oregon.
Oh.
Shout out Soulmate Ceramic Studio. And she throws these on the wheel for me and then passes them over to me that I then get to just carve my designs and glaze them and get to do the fun stuff. So
that is such like hot diggity local manufacturing woman-owned business situation. It's nice.
Really cool how things
smart
up that way, and I love it. I definitely seek out other small businesses that want to maybe collaborate on making something together, and it's to be able to do that with my new shop. And you know, I did it with some candles.
Cool.
So a local farm in Estacada makes these candles, and then I design the labels for them. And that was just something when I opened my shop, I was like, what do gift shops, like what are kind of the staples of a gift shop? You know? I was like, candles. And I'm like, oh, I know someone that makes candles. And so we made these together. And
so smart. That's amazing.
But yeah, ceramics. I also am kind of getting into more like little sculptural things, but like this is a little dish with some burger sticks. You know,
that's amazing. I love when you let your art get weird. I'm such a fan of like watching you progress and go for it, and especially after like the year of like the fire, you know, the fire, and
oh my gosh.
I don't know if we're going to touch on that story or not, but just how you've really just kind of, I feel like you've transcended so much in your journey. And
yeah, definitely. There's been a lot of growth in the last 3 years since the pandemic. That was like, before the pandemic, when I first kind of met you, Annamieka, I was at a point where like I was so busy with the running my business side of things that I was getting frustrated. I didn't have as much time to make art, and I really wanted to grow my art practice, and there just wasn't time because I felt so grateful to be at a place where I was with my business. You know, this mostly like, you know, selling my products and keeping busy with that, but I craved more creativity. And so when the pandemic hit, most of my business being tied up in wholesale and all the retail shops having to close or it really was like, whew, okay. It was scary, but then I took that time and I started making lots of art, lots and lots and lots of art, and there was a lot of growth that happened, and I also allowed myself to get a little more weird with my art, and definitely took a more imaginative spin.
And that sense of, I mean, you just kind of like talked through probably like a hell period. I don't know, like the sense of loss, the sense of collective loss across the board with the global pandemic, and then to think about small business owners and you know, small manufacturers like you who are really relying on this wholesale model, and we're still coming out of that, and to watch you then phoenix it with this shop. Can we see some of your shop? Your shop is so cool.
I'm not sure how this will.
You can tap the camera and it'll flip if you want to.
Yeah.
Look at this, y'all. Look at her shop. It's so cool.
So.
Yeah. It's just down the road from here too, in Oregon City.
It's so much.
Yeah, it's a complete thing, and it's her work. Look at this.
Amazing.
Yeah. What a dream. If anyone's just tuning in, I have a client here working. That's why I'm not just talking to the living room. Um, let's see. So Becky, you're about what, a year into opening the shop? How's it going? What's
Yeah,
the
well,
takeaway?
it was in June, so
Okay,
not
June.
here, but I started building out this space last March. So it's been a year since I started diving into it. But yeah, it's been quite the wild ride. Like
How
my,
so?
I first opened this or wanted to open this was because I've been working out of my house for almost 12 years and I have so many things that I make and do. And people would occasionally be like, can I come to your house? And like, like friends and family and stuff, they'd be like, I want to come shop for holidays or whatever. Can I? And I'm like, well, my stuff wasn't really set up to shop. It was like in boxes and different nooks and crannies of my house and just kind of where I had room in my studio. My home studios, it has a lot of storage, but I always kind of had this dream to have a retail space or just like a showroom gallery that I could open occasionally to the public and they could come in and see everything I make and do.
Yeah.
And so that was my idea. I didn't want to be open every single day like a traditional retail shop. I wanted it to just kind of be like this little pop-up type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So this space came available that I knew of, and it's a unique space. It's a converted garage in a plumbing shop. So it's not your typical like go shopping, but I liked that it was, well, first of all, it was just, for not being open every day, it was perfect for me to store all my stuff that I wanted to get out of my house and then have an area to open to the public occasionally. And so that was my idea. And I was like, maybe people I know from the internet that live locally will come shop, friends, family. I didn't expect it to be this crazy, woo. I pictured it being kind of casual, but it ended up going way, way better than I could have expected.
How so? That's fabulous.
Well, the grand opening, which you came to, thank you. So meant a lot that you came, Annamieka.
Well, I mean, that was a blast. It was a joy. Like, as a fan of your art and as a friend, it, like, to watch you, that was triumphant. That's the kind of thing that, I mean, it's a highlight to get to witness.
Yeah.
So
it was a really scary jump doing that. Like,
yeah.
Once I was in it, I was like, okay, no turning back. But yeah, so there was, my grand opening went really well, and the feedback was great from the local community, like right off the bat. And then I decided to have a little kind of art market in the parking lot in the summer with 8 art vendors and a band. And that was kind of like, I was like, well, why not? I'll do this. And that was a huge hit. And from that, I ended up, the Oregonian wrote an article about my shop. And I was like,
of course they did.
Did not see that coming. And from that, so many more people found out about me being here. And it's kind of just been like riding that wave. And
that's amazing.
And feedback from people in this area, it's been so much fun. It's been
good. May it grow. May this be like one more beam that reaches a couple more people that like wild opportunities. So I remember opening your newsletter when you're like, I'm in the Oregonian. Like, what? Y'all, Becky sends really good newsletters. They're very thoughtful and full of value, like good juicy stories and things. And they're by the light of the moon, right? Do you send them?
Well, I call it my New Moon newsletter. And kind of just keeps me on track for sending one out once a month.
I might be copying you. I the form of like a contrived Tuesday isn't working for me, and then I might copy you on that rhythm.
Yeah, it's it's a new moons mean new beginning, and it's just kind of that fresh time to share what new things I have going on.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's so fun to talk to you. When I make this into a real podcast, will you please come back and we can do another tour?
Yeah, I would love to. I love what you're doing. Like, you're so good at this. This seems like such a perfect fit for you, and
Thanks.
so good at communicating and
I'm going through a divorce, so I don't know if I take that completely, but I like talking to people. The sense of like of being really like frank and open with people is definitely where I want to live, and this show is like healing me, conversation by conversation, by how much we have, like how rich we really are as a community. And yeah, I just can't thank you enough for coming on and letting us all glimpse into your universe.
Thank you for inviting me to be on here. It was
Yeah,
never done a live before, so
you did great. You did amazing. Yeah, now you could do one every new moon or something if you wanted to.
But now I can feel a little more comfortable if it comes up again. Yeah.
Yeah. If you ever want to do one on your own channel, you're welcome to invite me. I'll just be your hype woman.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to close this one out, and then I'm going to publish it. And anyone watching this now, go follow Becky, sign up for her newsletter, visit her shop, buy all her amazing stuff online. And let's see, what else? Do you also offer mentoring? Are you still doing that?
I do have that up on my website, so yeah.
You have that up on your website, because I know sometimes people ask me about product manufacturing or merchandising. You know this stuff. You know this.
I mean, the mentoring isn't something I do a ton of, but I love it when the right people come across that are looking for what I can offer them, and that would be running a product-based business as an artist, and all the different things you can do with that.
Totally. So if you're looking for someone like that, go to Becky. If you need help making paintings, go to me. But thank you, Becky. I hope to see you in the real world soon. And I'm going to end this one and publish it. Okay. Bye. I'd love to have you inside of Art Friends School, where we go deeper into these topics. Follow the link that's in the show notes or find it on my website at annamieka.com.